Hey, is it hard?
Welcome to Breaking the Silence with Arthur Nick Nicole, a podcast that dives deep into stories, struggles, and triumphs of extraordinary individuals. Join me as I explore powerful narratives, uncover hidden truths, and celebrate the voices that refuse to be silenced. Whether it's personal journeys, social issues, or inspiring achievements, the episodes are designed to enlighten, engage, and empower. Get ready for some candid conversations, thought-provoking insights, and a community that believes in the power of speaking out. Let's break the silence together. Welcome to another episode of Breaking the Silence with Arthur Nick Nicole, where you can unleash your inner voice. Today, I have an amazing guest coming to the Breaking the Silence platform. We're in season 4, and I'm telling you, I have some amazing people lined up for season 4. And I'm excited about having this conversation with Dr. Shan today. She is an author, a domestic violence survivor. She's an award-winning caterer. She is an award-nominated clothing designer. Man, she has so many titles, and I'm just excited about finding out how she survived and still came out on top. So, after this countdown, please welcome Dr. Shan to the Breaking the Silence platform.
Love, a word that comes and goes, but few people really know what it means to really love somebody. Do you know it means to love? Though your tears may fade away.
I guess we just need to hear that song. Thank you so much for being a guest on Breaking the Silence. I'm excited about having this conversation with you about how it all started with everything that you do have going on. So tell me a little bit about yourself, because I know that I haven't told everything that you're into.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Nikki, for having me on your show. And hello, viewers. How y'all doing?
So tell
Well, I,
me a little bit about Let's Talk Real Talk. How did that journey start?
well, let's talk real talk. It's like a women empowerment. I went through domestic violence myself, and it was so brutal. Oh my gosh, I kind of even dread that I even got with the guy that I did. But
Mm.
everything is a test. Um, like I said, I started the women empowerment. We all would get together, we would talk, and just share the testimonies about things that's really just happening in life. My mother and growing up, they used to always say, "What happened in your house stays in your house." So you don't talk about what's going on. And hey, I was talking with my cousin one day, and next thing I know, I was putting up pictures, and like my life was good, but really my life really wasn't. And she was telling me, she was like, that's not good, to be posting, like everything is good. Because I told her something ever happened to me. Hey, y'all need to
Mm.
be looking at him. So
Wow.
God said, get together and do a conference and name it Let's Talk Real Talk. And he said, and it was like taking off the mask. He said, we doing the unveiling, and we was taking off the mask. And I was, during that time, I had no idea about starting no conference, what to do or whatever. But when it's for you, he would send the people, and it just took off from there.
Wow. So, people often say, people that are in a domestic violence situation, they think it's so easy to just get out of those situations. And they say that people, see those sides, those signs in the beginning. Do you think there was red flags there before you got to that point?
I would say it was. It really was some red flags, but I think for me, I think like the loneliness kind of kicked in. Sometimes we at our age, group, we be like, I don't want to die alone. What if something happened to me? Nobody find me. I'm gonna be in my house thinking, and I think it might have had a little loneliness, but I should have just really listened to the signs and kept it moving.
Wow. And it's not as easy, because people say, it's easy to just walk away. So what kept you there in that situation when you knew that, this man ain't right for me? But you kept, you stayed there. I say love. But what do you say?
I would say love too, because sometimes as a woman, we love hard, and we can't help how we love and who we love. But when a woman get fed up,
It's a
it's
wrap.
over with. It's
It's a
over
wrap.
with. You can do whatever, buy whatever. You be like, you know what, I'm out. So for me, I was over it.
Wow. So now you are Arthur. You have so many titles. I don't know how you were wearing all of these hats. So how did your journey being Arthur start? And how many books do you have out right now?
Right now it's two, and I also got one of my own that's in the making. That's gonna be coming out soon. But one of the books is called Life, Love, and Lockup, which Michelle Love is the curator for that book. It was a time, like I said, I just got out of domestic violence, and truly, I was locked up. Truly, like when I say somebody could have asked me what is my name, I was so gone that I couldn't even probably answer the question right. I was like, I don't even know what my name is. Like, I think it was more like traumatized, more like on the mental a little bit. So, but it's a great book, great book,
Okay,
and
so you and her wrote it together.
it's 12 other authors. It was 12 beautiful ladies. Let me say 12 beautiful ladies, and we all got together and performed the book Life, Love, and Locked Up. And it's actually I think they got like volume 4, volume 5 out now. But we was like
Nice.
one of the best sellings.
I love it. So all of y'all told your stories from your perspective and what happened, and then she just put it together.
Yes.
So what about your book coming out? Is it gonna be a your life story?
Yes, it's gonna be my book. I can't wait. I'm excited. We're actually in the process of doing the book now. So we're trying to go ahead and get it finished. It's almost done. And I'm so excited. I already know it's gonna be a healer for somebody. It's gonna be a breakthrough for somebody.
It is. So, what made you want to write? Everybody starts their writing journey different. You're writing when you're young, based off your experiences, or you journal sometime in your life. So it's something that piqued that interest somewhere to write.
For some reason when I get to writing, I feel like it don't be me writing, because it's like I might start something and thinking I'm gonna do it this way, then it's like God to step in and change the whole everything that I was about to write about. He'd be like, no, this is what I want you to write about. Or he'll just like the second book is like a love story, and I thought I was gonna write it. I forgot what it was that we supposed to have been I supposed to been doing, but he shifted again, and he's kind of like just took over, and I was like, wow, like, okay, God. But it's a true story.
Wow. You're right. Everybody's story, it's going to help somebody heal. And like you said in the beginning, we're taught to keep everything in your household.
Right.
Don't go out here. And then while you're keeping this stuff inside, you can't go to therapy either. It's not suggested to go to therapy in our culture either. So we're around here carrying all this stuff, this weight on us, instead of telling somebody about it, because now we're afraid they're going to judge us or the person that we are, so we keep it to ourselves. But nowadays, people going through things worse than we're going through, and they look at our story like, you ain't went through nothing. What you
But
talking about?
believe it or not, Nikki, me going to work was like my happy place because being at home, it was just so chaotic. Now, I used to hear people say how they talk about how they take the long way home, and that was me. I could honestly say I'd be like, "Oh, honey, let me go all the way around 285, or just however that it take you long to get home." But like I say,
Wow,
being at work was like really my space of peace that I could just kind of like really just think. But being at home, I was just so
that's
happy,
man.
couldn't wait till I got out the relationship. And I thank God for, that He did allow me to get out.
I know that's right. And the old folks used to say, "Peace of mind. Give me peace of mind." When you young, you don't know what that means. But when you start getting older and you start going through life, then you be like, "Okay, now you have a peace of mind because now
I
you can go
definitely,
home. You can go home and be at ease." Wow.
yeah, but one thing I can definitely say, even with that domestic violence situation, like I say, as a woman, we love hard and we can't really help who we love. And I feel like although I was asking God to get me about their relationship, but sometimes when you're dealing with somebody who has that controlling spirit over you, and they're constantly calling, and even though like I say, the separation was done, but yet he still was calling, and I'm still entertaining the calls and everything. I had a sister to die from domestic violence, and God was like, I need you to go and be at the court hearing, because there's some things that I needed you to see, which I didn't understand at the moment. So when I went and they talked about how everything that took place, the 911 calls, all the texts, and everything. And it was really kind of crucial and hard to kind of hear all that. And I was talking with God, and I was like, God, I'm trying to understand why, that you needed me to be here. He said, because if you keep entertaining this man, he said, it's like putting your hand back in the fire. He said, if you keep putting your hand back in the fire, eventually you're going to get burned. He said, if you don't leave this man, he said, this is going to be your family. They're going to be wondering, how did you die? What happened to you? He said, so I brought you here. He said, so I need you to choose. Are you going to live for me? Or you going to keep out there playing? And you know what I'm saying? So I was like, after that day, I was like, for God I live, for God I die. I never looked back. I kept going forward, even though the guy was still calling. But I stopped, like I say, entertaining everything. And at that moment, I had to truly, like, just really walk away. And I want to tell anybody that's kind of like going through domestic violence, yes, it's hard. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat and be like, oh, it's easy as pie, because it's not. Yeah, when we love, like I said, we loving hard, but it's something that we got to do if we truly want to survive and see tomorrow. And like I say, I'm truly thankful that God had his hand over my life and he allowed me to kind of ease out. But like I say, it was hard because, even afterwards, I became some of everything, to this guy. And, from the name calling, and I was out doing this. He was trying to destroy my character. But God said, I'm gonna for everybody he tried to wrong you. He said, I'm gonna do something positive. He said, I'm gonna let them see who you are. He said, I'm gonna blow
Mhm.
you up in front of everybody. And he did just that. So that's where the clothing brand came from, that God didn't forget about me. And like I say, it was powerful because of everything I went through. Sometimes when we going through something and we be crying out like, Lord, are you there? And it just seemed like we in this dark place, and it's like God can't really hear us. So
Mhm.
for God to truly say, hey, daughter, I got you. I'm still going to allow you to, see the fruits of your labor. It was powerful.
Wow.
So everything, like I said, God have truly gave me my heart desires. He gave me double for my trouble. And even to the point that I had married the guy that I was in domestic violence with. And when we went to
Wow.
court, the judge said, well, I see y'all have a business together. He said, how y'all gonna divide the business? And I was telling him, I said, yeah, I don't want anything but my last name. That's why I said, when you get to a point that you like sick and tired and you truly
Mhm.
tired, it be a point you be like, but I don't want nothing but the clothes on my back. You be like, you ready to like really truly give it all. I don't
Mhm.
want nothing. And so not long, maybe 6 months or something, I ran into somebody that I had blessed along the way, not even realizing that I had, because when you can do so much for people, you don't keep record of it. And the guy came back and he was like, "Yo, I want you to cater my repasses and whatnot." We got to talking about it, and it was like more doors opening up, contracts, funeral homes, and all kind of stuff. That's why I say God will give you double for your trouble. So
Mm-hmm.
everything that I gave away and I lost, God gave it back to me in so many folds. And it's just like the blessings just started to begin just rolling in. And it was just like, you know what, God, you are so amazing. Mind blowing.
Mind blowing. I'm telling you. So
Mind
then,
blowing.
so then that led to that you got the clothing line. Now you're catering. Now where we at now? We at the speaking now because you became a national speaker as well. So what do you speak about when you go out and speak? On domestic violence?
Sometimes it's domestic violence and sometimes it's like inspiration because I want to give people hope. And I like to just be transparent and let people know, I'm real because, a lot of times people look at your life and be like, oh, okay, so she's like the glitz and glam. And I'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, but y'all don't understand the suffering and all the pain, the tears and everything that I had to go through. Because it wasn't like something like how people say, I just woke up like this. I truly went through something and I want people to know I'm human, but I also can be relatable. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like it's real and I can understand, okay, I've been there. And
Wow.
tell people don't let the like say my main job, law enforcement, don't let the uniform fool you, because at the end of the day, when I take this off, everything. I'm human. I believe just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I heard just like y'all. So
Exactly. Well, we're gonna take our first break and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk some more about all these hats that you wear.
yes,
Why are we still reading the same story, the same page? There's more to the story. Turn the page so you can see what's on the next page. You're never gonna know what's on the next page until you turn it. Yes, I know sometimes in life you have to give everybody grace, but how? So, how do you balance life with all the hats that you wearing right now
it's a
and
it's.
working?
I would say it's a lot because people be shocked when I tell them I got a full time job. They're like, "You got a what?" Like, yes, I have a full time job. I haven't gotten to that point where I can truly say that I have a butler and I be tell the butler fill the plane up. How we going over to Paris? It will be nice when that day do arrive, but until then, my thing is I just hustle like nobody else got my back, and I just try to get out here and make it happen.
Nice. So, how did your journey start when you put the DR onto your name? I love to hear that story when people tell me they're a doctor.
Oh my God. They say for all the things that I was doing in the community, all from the giving back, and it was like a plethora of things that I guess they have people that actually sit back and watch you. And they was like, we've been watching you for a good little while and all the things you do. And they was like, oh my God, you just do so much in the community. And I was like, yeah, I just want to be a blessing, I can't. They say when you leave this world, you can't take it with you. So,
Take it with you.
like I said, if I can go out here and just help somebody, I feel like my job is done. But I know we can't help everybody. But
Right.
I do want to try to help somebody.
So, what do you have going on right now? Do you still have everything going on, the clothing line or catering? You still have all that going on?
Everything, 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 everything. I have a whole staff now for the catering company. Um, like I say the clothing line, the apparel brand. God didn't forget about me. Um, Catering for movie sets, which I'm super excited about. Now that is such a blessing. Oh my God, that's such a blessing to how you can just watch a movie and you be like, oh my God, I love this show. And then you got people in your inbox and you be like,
Mhm.
oh my God, I just watched that show. You kind of like have like a little groupie moment, but you said stay professional.
Mhm.
And like I said, God is good. God is so good.
So
Like you
what's
say, just the
next?
people.
Besides the book, what's next?
Like I say, just as they say now, they say I moved up to celebrity caterings.
Mm.
So
Yeah. So how did you get that opportunity? You just went somewhere that and did a meal, and then they came along, or did you have to go through a process where you had to reach out to them to get a job?
a little bit of both. From as they say, word on the street. They say the street talk, but they say the green beans, the vegetables, are the bomb. They say
Mm.
they are so different than any and everybody. I might need to reach out to Keith Lee so he can try because Keith Lee is a foodie. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe I need to reach out to Keith Lee. But yeah, they say the food is amazing. I can speak for it too. The food is definitely amazing. We don't put any
Wow.
meat. It's seasoned. Um, we show up. We show out. We just do our thing.
So have you had that moment where you can say, "I made it"?
Almost there. I can almost say I'm almost there. But then in a sense, even though I may not be there like on the higher side as far as like the financial side, but I can truly say all that I've been through. You know how they say when you look back over your life, and my
Mm-hmm.
life growing up really wasn't um like the white picket fence and all that and the dog, but from where I've been through, I can pretty much say I made it
Wow.
because I'm
So
doing a whole lot better now than what I was doing back then.
right. So if you had to go back in time to that young person back in the day and give yourself some advice now, what would you say to yourself? And what would you change?
I probably just tell myself, honey, just keep going, don't stop. Because even back then, I was like a little go getter. I don't know. I think I was like probably like more of the black sheep of the family, but I was just that one that was determined. I wanted my life to be different.
Hmm.
Definitely determined. Say determined.
So what legacy you want to leave behind when you're gone? What do you want people to remember you by or remember you for?
From the cooking, the clothing brand, and just me, just knowing who I was. You know what I'm saying? As my people always say, they said one thing about you, you're a giver. You love God. You never change, and you got so many people that change, like from morning, noon, and night. But when you
Hmm.
just stay the same across the board, that's one thing they can definitely say. But she never changed. She was just that same person, full of love.
Nice. I love it. So this is what I like to call my 30 seconds of fame, even though you got more than 30 seconds, but I always say, this is your 30 seconds of fame. I want you to let everybody know where they can get those clothes from, where they can book you for catering, anything you have going on that's going to bless you. I want you to let everybody know everything. So I'm going to play a clip. And when we come back, I'm gonna have you on the platform by yourself so you can shout it to the rooftops and give some young girl out there some type of advice that may be going through maybe domestic violence right now. Just don't quite know how to leave. I'm gonna play
Got you.
this clip and we'll be back. So why
Got you.
not you? Turn the page. Turn the page. Let's see what's on the next page. Rewrite your story. Your past does not define who you are. It does not. It does not define who you are. I don't care what Sally or Sue or Bill or Bob says about you. It does not define who you are. Nobody, don't ever let anybody tell you who you are because nobody knows your story but you. Nobody can see what has gone on in your life through your lenses but you. This is your time to shine.
All right, guys. So you can find me on social media. I am Shan White. Instagram, Let's Talk Catering Service. Anointed T-shirt company. The website is www.letstalkrealtalk with a s.com. The clothing brand is www.goddidn'tforgetaboutme.com. Make sure you follow, so you can see what I got coming up next. Follow your girl. Check me out.
Thank you so much for your time. Even out of all the issues that we did have before our actual recording, thank you so much for taking out your time, even after you work today, to talk to little old me.
Not a problem. Thank you so much, Miss Nikki, for having me on your show.
You're welcome, and I wish you nothing but success. I mean, you wearing all these hats. You're only gonna go to the top. Ain't nowhere else to go. You're going to the top because you're doing a lot already, and I'm excited and I'm proud of you for being strong and surviving and living in your purpose.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you so much to everybody else out there that's tuning into this amazing episode with this amazing woman. She's doing great things, y'all. She is the proof that you can do anything you want to. All you got to do is work. Work. She's working a full-time job and she's wearing all these hats. So what is your excuse? Get up. Work, because one day she's not going to have to work that full-time job because she has all these hats that she's wearing and she's working for the purpose to work for herself, and she's going to be chilling. So get that hustle mentality like that and do better. Nobody's going to go harder for you than you. So it's time for us all to get up. It's time for us to win together. Every episode that I'm on, I always say, hey, it's free to support somebody. Share it. Tell somebody. Like it. You're not paying to do that kind of stuff. And one person can do it, the next person could do it. Then guess what? We're winning together. Together. It's a powerful thing when you do it collectively. But we're so stuck on being in a crab in the barrel. You don't want the next person to do better than you. Come on, we got to change the dynamics, especially in our culture. We have to change it. We got to stop being jealous of one another and help one another to get to the next level, because God is going to bless you. Trust me. He's going to bless you for blessing that person. It's going to be an interchangeable thing. We can do it together. We just got to do it. Okay, I always do. I always get on my soapbox. But anyway, everybody just remember that your voice matters. You matter. Continue to speak out, continue to do great things for people, and tune in the next time to Break the Silence with Arthur Nick Nicole. Later. Thank you for joining me in another episode of Breaking the Silence. I hope that you have enjoyed our conversation today and it has inspired you to think deeper, speak louder, and take action. Remember, every voice matters, and together we can create a world where we all win and no one feels unheard. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Stay connected with me on social media for updates and more powerful stories. So until next time, keep breaking the silence and making a difference.